Hi, how's it going? Welcome to this video book review of Knight's Cross, A Life of Field Marshal Erwin Rommel by David Fraser. Now, what is this book about? It's a biography of Erwin Rommel. Spoiler, gives it away in the title. What's my background going into this book? I'm a huge World War II fan. I've got a lot of books on World War II. I've read probably anywhere between 20 and 25 books, which admittedly isn't as much as a historian would read or anything like that. But I'm a huge World War II fan. I was really interested in um, reading about Erwin Rommel for the longest time because you basically read any World War II book or any history book, and it's always going to mention Erwin Rommel in it. So I wanted to learn more about the guy himself. This covers everything from the day he was born to the day he died, and even the time afterward. So I have had quite a bit of background, quite a bit of knowledge about all this stuff going into it. What did I get out of this book? I got out of it just interesting stories, a lot of leadership stuff in here too. It talks about how, talks a lot about how Rommel would take care of his men and the leadership kind of qualities that he had. And again, just interesting World War II information. So what are some specific examples? Here's Rommel. Here's what Rommel said during the First World War, I think roughly around January 1915. This is on page 39. Quote, "The commander," he wrote of that time, "can win the trust of his subordinates very quickly if his orders are clear and prudent, if he takes constant care of them, and if he is hard with himself, living under the same austere conditions as his men." Real quick thing right there on leadership, right? Gives three good ways to be an effective leader. What's another good one? Let's see. I don't know if I want to use that one. Here's one from 159, and this is from the years 1939 and 1940. So this is right around the time of the beginning of the Second World War. It says, "What should be aimed for, as Rommel perceived very plainly and at every level, was paralysis of the enemy's will, of his capacity for clear thought and measured response, not simply or even primarily by physical destruction of his communications and threat to his headquarters, although certainly such can play a part, but, and essentially, from the threat from actual and rapid maneuvers, threat of encirclement, threat of annihilation. It was these threats posed by the armored forces with their speed and shock which would really induce paralysis of the enemy, or paralysis of the will, and lead to victory." What can you learn out of that? Well, you act quickly, right? If you want to defeat your opponent, act quickly. Try to get them so they just don't want to fight anymore. They want to give up. Why is that important? Well, if you're a lawyer like myself, act quickly. Really force the issue on the other side so that they don't want to keep fighting. Try to force them into a settlement. Another good one right there. Let's see, that's a long passage. Trying to stay away from the long passages that I have highlighted. Let's see if I can't find one more. Okay, here's the last one I'm going to read to you from page 561. "Strategic opportunity, as the saying runs, follows tactical success." So, if you do the little things right tactically, so if your motions to dismiss are correct, or you set everything up through discovery well, and I'm using litigation here because I'm a trial lawyer. If you set up your motions now I'm getting confused. If you set up your discovery well and you do well in discovery, it follows tactical success there, can lead to strategic opportunity. So you can file your motion to dismiss, maybe even win the case or something like that. Just shows you the importance of tactical success, of winning the small battles, doing the little things correctly. Again, this book has a whole bunch of stuff on leadership, on defeating your enemy, all those sorts of things. So I got a lot out of it, and those are some specific examples about it. What are some pros and cons of this book? Well, it is a thick one, and it sometimes is cumbersome and a little bit hard to read. If you're not really interested in the topic, if you're not really interested in Rommel or World War II, or to see what Rommel's leadership stuff was like. I don't know if this is the book for you. See, I love World War II stuff. I love reading about it, so this was a page turner for me. But if you're not really into it, it might be difficult for you. And if you're not really interested in the man himself, you know, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Hello, if you are interested in World War II stuff, or if you're interested in learning about Rommel or leadership, or defeating your opponent, whatever, I think this would be a good book for you. What would you get out of it? Just those same things I just talked to you about. Leadership, dealing with trying circumstances, outmaneuvering your opponent, all those sorts of things. I think you can really get a lot out of it in that respect. All in all, really did like the book, really did enjoy it. Again, it's a thick one. I don't know if it's going to be for everybody, but I know I really did like it, and it's definitely one of the books that I recommend, especially for anybody who's interested in World War II. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please go down below, click the thumbs up, the like button. What that does is it lets other people know that this video was helpful. Also leave a comment if you want to talk about the book at all. Be more than happy to talk with anybody about it. I really do like it. And finally, subscribe too. I got other book reviews on here. I'm going to have a whole bunch more, and I've also got other videos on like law and so on and so forth. So if any of those subjects interest you, if you want to see more video book reviews, go ahead and subscribe. It gets all these videos right to your inbox, free of charge. And finally, if you are interested in buying this, you can go down below. There is a link to the Amazon page. You can click that link. It'll bring you to Amazon where you can buy it. Now, in effort of full disclosure, it is an affiliate link. I do get a small cut of whatever you buy there, but it doesn't add anything to doesn't add anything to the price of the book or anything like that. So, and I only get like pennies on the dollar or whatever it is, pennies on like the $10 or whatever. But in any event, if you're not interested in clicking that one, go ahead and go to Amazon anyway and just buy it there without clicking the link below. I really do recommend it for those certain people. I don't think this book is for everybody, but I do think it is really good for those certain people. And I think those certain people would really appreciate this one too, and would really like it. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this book review. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.